Hi, I'm Brian, and in this video, I'm going to be looking at one of my recent pickups, and it is Rain Parade's Emergency Third Rail Power Trip. What an unbelievable cover. If I was going to do a top 10 ranking of my favorite covers in my collection, this would certainly be in there. It's so beautiful the way that the colors juxtapose with the black and white and the old with the new. Absolutely stunning. And I didn't know much about this band except they came from the Paisley Underground. And from 1983, this album was released. I knew something about it had to do with Mazzy Star, etc. Had no idea what an emergency third rail was until I realized that that was sort of the conduit or the cord, whatever it is, that powers the electricity to trains and helps them to move. Knew what a power trip was. I've seen plenty of those, but it was really interesting. So I came to this album in a very weird order. I mean, I'd done my research and I sort of knew about Rain Parade because primarily of the Paisley Underground, which my favorite band, The Church, got a mention in. The Church is always lumped in with. And so I was interested to see whether there are other bands who were experimenting in the 1980s with psychedelia like The Church was, or neo psychedelia. Anyway, so I listened to Emergency Third Rail Power Trip, what a title, on YouTube, and I wasn't really blown away. And I came to this band with in a very, very different order because my first pickup was Explosions in the Glass Palace, which is their EP that followed Emergency Third Rail Power Trip, which I really love. My God, they can do a cover, can't they? And then, strangely enough, I went for the Live in Japan, not that one, not Made in Japan, but Beyond the Sunset, the live album, which is when the audience is so quiet you wouldn't even know it's a live album, but still highly recommended. And then I went for Crashing Dream. Again, what an album cover. My God, check that out, would you? Which at first I didn't love enormously, but it was cheap and I bought it and I've subsequently loved to get it. But so the one album that was missing, and I mentioned it on a previous video that I couldn't get my hands on for love nor money, was Emergency Third Rail Power Trip. And thanks to King B, he was able to pick me up a copy and give it to me, and this is now a prized part of my collection. Which, do you know what? It shows the importance of having a physical media, a record, and being able to play it on your turntable, your stereo system in your home, and the way it can just change the sound of the album so much better than anything that comes out on YouTube. And I was listening to it last night, and as I put it on, you heard that little crackle as we went into the groove, and then the music just came out and went bam straight into my face with the drums and the bass. It was absolutely beautiful. Production on this is absolutely amazing. So who have we got? We've got Matt Piucci on vocals and guitar. Sorry if I'm not getting these names correctly pronounced. We've got the same for David Roback, vocals and guitar. Steve Roback is on bass and vocals. And then we have Will Glenn on keys and Eddie Kalwa on drums. So finally, it's in my collection. But how good is it really? Does it tick all the boxes for a psychedelic mind explosion? Well, let's take a deep dive and find out. Side one kicks off with Talking in My Sleep, and I'm starting to get immediately a real Revolver era Beatlesque sort of Taxman type of vibe here. You know, I've heard it said and read about it in Shindig magazine and other places that if you tried to pin down when this album was recorded, you might be hard pressed because it doesn't have those traditional sort of 80s production values. And it does sound like the 60s, only there is some complexity in this production, which is beautiful and sort of modern as well. I love the interplay of the two guitars on this, and the bass is really up front in the mix all the way throughout. And the bed of the song allows the dreaminess of the vocals to really hover beautifully over it. Great start to the album, followed by This Can't Be Today. And the bell at the start of this signifies that we're in for something really good. It's a very laid back, druggy sound with droning, slightly Eastern sounding guitars, and again, more dreaminess in the vocals. But this time we've got sort of more harmonies as well. We've got the dreaminess, the melody, and the harmonies. I got a feeling of the Notorious Bird Brothers from this one, and the keyboards here are a real treat, and they just float throughout, giving this song the opportunity to suspend itself in midair. It's absolutely killer. And the hand claps in the instrumental section towards the end really bring it towards the end and bringing joy and excitement onto this album. Great driving drums with catchy rolls. Cool song. Then we get on to David Roback's song, I Look Around. And immediately again, droning guitars support the ethereal vocals and the harmonies. This bass player has been to the Paul McCartney School of Rain. He's really got that feel going, Steven Roback, and it sounds propelling and beautiful throughout. And it prompts the songs in all the right psyche places. It's like the bass is pushing it around corners going, have you looked in there? Let's have a quick look down there. There might be some psyche goodness here. The whole song is straight out of the 60s, and we've even got some delicious backwards guitar. My God, I love backwards guitar, and it's all throughout this album in the instrumentals. And they're not stealing from the 1960s. They're interpreting it. They're reinterpreting it, and most importantly, they're doing it with love and respect. 1.5 hours ago, or 1 hour and a half ago, is the next track, and was the first time I've really noticed the acoustic guitar on this album, which is twinned with the backwards guitar, and it's totally stellar. The middle section takes an awesome Syd Barrett sort of Octopussian style twist, which is really cool. Check it out if you don't sort of get that vibe as well. They're really offering devotion to Syd here, and by God, it works. There's a great version of this on the live album too, and this 1.5 hours ago is down there. This is really worth checking out, I have to say. The outro is beautiful in its sonic complexity, slowing down and then building up again as stabs of psych guitar drone over the top. And then we're going to finish the side with David Roback's song, Carolyn's song, where we're moving really into the cosmic American hippie territory here with that echoing slide guitar at the start. Now, I could really imagine Mazzy Star doing this version and Hope Sandoval singing it. It's that sort of lo-fi haunting feel with lots of echo in the vocals, creating an intimate distance. This is a weird idea, an intimate distance between the singer and the listener. It's almost like being out in the desert and having the song coming to you from hundreds of meters away, or 1,000,000 miles, 100 miles away, but then feeling that it's just next to your ear, whispering it for you. Likewise, the drenched electric guitar achieves the same result. It's a heavenly side of psychedelic majesty here, beautifully finished with Carolyn's song. Oh my God, mind officially blown. Let's get on to side 2. The opening track of side 2, What She's Done to Your Mind, finds the Rain Parade worshipping at the altar of the birds. And why not? And the reason for this is because of the introduction here of the 12-string electric Rickenbacker guitar. Now, I know it's been elsewhere on the album, but this time it's really showcased and highlighted. And the production, the production makes the band seem like this ocean that shimmers with the sun coming down on top of it. And occasionally a flying fish, like the Rickenbacker 12-string, will just leap out into the air and back down into the ocean. Or it could be some keys, or it could be a bass. You get the idea, but that's the beauty of the production. The complexity is there. It's absolutely... Now, on this song, it's not really in my wheelhouse because it's a little too countrified, but still, it's a delightful way to start off side 2 of this album. Mwah! And then we move on to probably the epic on the album, which is Look at Merri. And all three songwriters, Steven, David, and Matt, are on board for this one. And what a quirky opening, a mystical opening it is. It's almost like they've taken the major scale and the minor scale, and they've combined them together to create sort of a distancing feel of curiosity. Again, they create the swirling backdrop through the keys and the guitars, which allow the vocals to rise above. And the crystalline guitars that come in are absolutely gorgeous, especially the one which is using the harmonics. Love harmonics at this point to give it, again, that magical, special feel. And then comes the time signature change within the song, and a guitar solo that plays over the top of that, which gives me that strong, makes me recall the work of and the great stinging guitar solos of John Cipollina from Quicksilver Messenger Service, because it has a stateliness about it, which is absolutely beautiful. Great production throughout, as I said. But on this song, I really dig the lyrics as well, and I haven't been pointing them out to this point, but I really do like them. Particularly for this one, crystalline. See, crystalline, crystalline, it's even in the lyrics. She sings without a sound, painted horses whirling upside down, laughing, crying, all alone. All you want to know is what you found. Look at Merri. She goes round and round. And then, I see your name, it floats past my eyes, but is she selling watercolored lies? Disappearing teardrops in my hand, and she's trying hard to understand. Look at Merri, she goes round and round. The merry-go-round, round, the merry-go-round. It's cute, it's kitschy, but it's great wordplay, and you got to love it. Taking us on to the second to last song, which is Saturday's Asylum. And with a title like this, you know you're going to be in for something special. The keyboards that start this part of the song are disconcertingly wonderful. It's another occasion where I find it so amazing that the band works so brilliantly together that allows the instrumentalists just to pop out again of the ocean and have their moment to shine and then come back to the band itself. Almost like a lava lamp. This is the sonic, the audio equivalent of a lava lamp. Another example is that brief Farfisa sound. God, love the Farfisa sound. Country Joe and the Fish, absolutely wonderful. It's only there for a moment, but it's absolutely beautiful, the Farfisa sounding organ. We even get a mystic Eastern accelerating umpapa section with a train whistle to finish. Saturday's Asylum. More goodness here. And that brings us to the last song, Steven's Kaleidoscope, which is a joyous celebration to finish. The rolling drums, the McCartney-ish style bass, the interplay of the guitars, one which sounds like a bit like an ongoing droning or intermittent radio signal. The keyboards provide the wash and the melodies and the harmonies of the vocals. I mean, it's all there. What's not to love? At first, I thought it had a particular sort of a sunrise feel to it, but on subsequent listens, I'm not sure whether it's sunrise or sundown. It's like a yearning hope, optimistic hope, but also wistful and dreaming of the past, the summer that's gone. I've just been doing a Doors video. Finally, and very appropriately, we finish with sitar. Yes, we've ticked all the boxes, but every box has been ticked, as I said, with love. Some awesome lyrics as well. Like a kaleidoscope, revolve and revolving. What I thought was there is now dissolving. I wonder if it matters as the pattern shifts and shatters. Great way to finish the album, and an amazing album to boot. So glad I now have this in my collection. Thank you, King B. So this is a 1983 original American pressing. It is absolutely beautiful. The sound is superb. It's a very loud album, and you get the pressing allows every instrument to shine, and we can hear everything through the stereo. Beautiful cover, as I said. Love that picture on the back of the band. Absolutely gorgeous. And it's on the, where are we? The Enigma label. Fantastic. So happy to have in my collection. And I know it was a beautiful present that was given to me, but still, it is absolutely one of my best pickups of 2024. I've had so much pleasure listening to this album, played it through twice immediately when I got it, and now it's on regular rotation on my turntable. And remember, if music of any size, shape, sound, or substance gives you pleasure, then who am I to argue with your opinion? So what do you think? Do you love this album as well? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget that if you enjoyed this video, please hit like and maybe smash that subscribe button because you know you want to. Anyway, until next time, my name's Brian, as I said. Hope you're having a wonderful time and all the best until I see you next time. Bye now.